Hello. Another video request. It's great. This is what America must have been like in the 40s and 50s, where if you had an idea and maybe there stood a shot, yeah, it works. So a video request. If you want a requested video, I'll do it, but you're going to pay me. And oh, you can't an asshole. You're right, I am an asshole. Go to assholeconsulting.com to find out more. I just don't give up my life for free. No one should give up their life for free. That's a free bit of information. That's the only bit of information you're going to get from Asshole Consulting for free. So, anonymous person writes, he doesn't want to be mentioned. I can skip with it. Is it a good idea to leave the USA after med school and start debt-free in Canada, Europe, Singapore, etc.? A lot of friends are doing it. Is that a smart idea? Kind of leaning on yes, personally. I feel like this country screws its young people with massive debt and then it taxes working people. No, I don't want to upgrade Pale Moon. Thank you very much. Then taxes its working people so parasites can live free and so HSCs can spy on its own people. It's hard to feel loyalty for a country like that, so I don't feel guilty about leaving it all behind. Please tell me what video would cost, blah, 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 and the details there. All right, here's the deal. There is what you should do and then what you could legally do. And the two things are potentially different. I don't want to get you in trouble. Absolutely. If you've read my book, Enjoy the Decline, you know I'm like for firebombing and carpet bombing this shit. I don't care anymore. I really don't. This society is, as you said, it's very unfair, especially toward our working people, especially towards people who put their time and effort towards hard disciplines and degrees. We placate the parasites and the losers of this society. And yeah, you're right. We absolutely do screw over the children and load them up with, oh, we're the doctors, we're the engineers. Well, why don't you lower tuition or not have such overhead at the education institution? Anyway, larger point being is, yes, you're right. It is an unfair society. And what would be morally right and correct is to screw them back. So, yes, morally, if you can get some suckers down here, the government, the banks, whoever, to pay your way through med school and just go and then go overseas, yeah, that is morally right. However, I'm no tax expert, I'm no legal expert, but I don't think you can do it. So I'm really curious what your friends are saying that they're doing. So they must know about a loophole or they're about to get royally screwed down the road. And here's the reason why, what basic knowledge I have about international law. Countries have different treaties with one another, tax treaties in particular, that says, hey, if one of our citizens commits a tax crime or any kind of crime, doesn't even have to be tax, they have crime treaties in general, and goes to your country, can we extradite them from your country? And they say, yeah, we agree, because if one of our guys murders a bunch of people over here and they come to the United States and think they're going to hide, we would like to have that same reciprocity. And I know for sure there's a lot of tax treaties the IRS has, and since the government is lending money, and you think you're going to screw over the government, the IRS isn't going to like that, and they're going to come after you. That's just my basic peripheral knowledge. If there is, however, like if your friends are onto something that I'm unaware of, they found a loophole, even then, I would go talk to a tax accountant who specializes in international tax law and make damn sure. And the reason why is, forget your $150,000 in debt. If you got the IRS chasing after you, that is the worst of your problems. It's not even, here's the thing with IRS. Not only are they going to load up fees and they're going to get your money and they're going to confiscate assets and all that. Forget that. It's plain the time dealing with them. I try to make sure I pay my taxes not only on time. Well, I always pay them on time. These idiots who file for fucking extensions, and that's another man when I was in banking, and you say, I don't have my tax returns done. Can you lend me money anyway? Those people drove me nuts. So for other reasons, I file on time. But I always try to make sure I pay the amount. I don't want to have anything due. And when they say, oh, you owe us money, you know what? Unless it's a huge sum, I don't even bother with it. Because I just like, yeah, fine, here, go away. All right, yeah, fine, you're right. Go. Because the time you're going to waste dealing with the IRS, forget it. You're not going to be able to practice in Singapore if you're a doctor. You're going to have to spend so much time with the Singaporean tax authorities and dealing with, by default, indirectly, the IRS. I would, don't do that without really making darn sure. So, yeah, otherwise, you know what? I'd go to the countries and become a doctor over there. I'd see if you get to Singapore. Yeah, Canada, I don't know why you'd want to go to Europe. I mean, unless you're going to Switzerland or Andorra or Monaco and Liechtenstein or Luxembourg, none of which will take you, by the way. You have to marry into those countries, basically. But a larger point, yeah, you're treading on some dangerous ground here, so make damn sure you know what you're doing. Definitely spend the $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000 with a good international tax attorney so you know for a fact, because that is going to be peanuts compared to what you're going to have to pay if you're wrong. All right? So remember, morality side, yeah, you're absolutely right. Fuck this country. Fuck these people who screw you over, lie to you kids, tell you major whatever you want, give us, oh, by the way, it's only going to cost you $80,000. Oh, and by the way, money doesn't matter. It's what's in your heart that matters. And all this other propagandist bullshit to enrich them. Literally transfer wealth. Did you notice the national debt going on? I'm sorry, I'm not even going to bother trying to defend or make the argument that this country screws over its youth. That's a fact. So, yeah, you have every moral right. Don't fuck up your life by confusing moral with legal. So hopefully that helps. Toodles.